Hashtag, hashtag now, hashtag wow. Oh, sorry, hashtag wow, hashtag now, sorry. This is going to be a hard video for me to do because honestly, how much can you say about this movie that hasn't been said already? So I'll just stick to the main topics. Well, more specifically, what did I get out from this? Now, the reason why I want to talk about Animal Farm right now for a couple of reasons. One, I want to talk about the idea that the movie's going to come out and you just have this feeling that they're not going to get it right. It's possible that maybe 2% of it is to add something clever to it, like something different. Like keep in mind that technology back in the days, back in the 40s and 50s and 60s, is not the same now versus now. So maybe they have 2%. They might add something clever to it. But again, what is Animal Farm? What does it really mean? Well, as you already figured out, people already spelled it out. They really, this has something to do with the Soviet Union, something that literally happened. The characters are based on Stalin and all that stuff. Talk about the idea. Like, first of all, it's obvious this is the Soviet Union. They talk about comrade. They talk about all animals are equal. In this case, talk about communism. They talk about the idea of working for yourself, or sorry, having all the energy that you put towards something be for yourself and your community versus, well, somebody else. I mean, it pretty much laid it out pretty quick, pretty simple. We talk about Boxer asking the question, well, what happens when your strength is gone? Now, I noticed something interesting when you think about it. There are some books out there that do talk about a dark future or a dark anything. You see something like I have no mouth and I must scream, and something called metamorphosis. And there's a common theme between all Animal Farm and his two other books I mentioned. The idea of being thrust into a life you never asked for and finding ways to escape that life. Well, except the metamorphosis, the guy worked his entire life making a company rich and as well as keeping his family fed, which they don't even care, except for the sister, but she can't even do anything about it. We talk about I have no mouth and I must scream. The computer twisted into something they never wanted to become. And again, thrusting 5 people into a life they never wanted. And again, they all in kind of in a bittersweet way, well, except for the guy who turned into a cockroach. That's all these have a common theme of people feeling trapped and not finding a way out. It is kind of an interesting concept because it is one of those things that still is relevant today. I think a lot of times we try to go to YouTube and try to find a way to do stuff. To me, I'm trying to be an artist to finally free myself so I could, my work, my pay, or I try to be content or at any rate, I always even notice that even on YouTube, there's also ways people talk about how do you maximize your money so you can retire. Again, all of these describe a life, not exactly a happy life, of happiness, of friendship. Animal Farm tried to do this. They try to show a world that can work if you put in, but you still have to put in the work into it. And there's always one person that screws it up for everybody else. Now, who knows? With modern technology, like I said before in one of the videos, it's practically magic. Can we escape the lives that we never asked for? Can we create a world where we feel useful without being used? This is a hard subject to deal with. In the original Animal Farm book, there really is no ending. The ending is from man to human to man, and they couldn't tell the difference. Now, I have nothing against the cartoon ending, because it also shows what happens when you take out the best part of a human or best part of an animal, and what we're left with is somebody who, with nothing left to lose, what they become. A vengeful, murderous animal that swore to never raise their hoof or claw to another animal, end up doing just that. A creative machine torturing 5 human beings that never did anything wrong to him. Or simply a man with great intellect eventually becoming a dirty, mindless cockroach. Normally I try to find something, but some kind of closure, but unfortunately that's not how real life works. Animal Farm's going to come out May 1st, and who knows how badly they're going to butcher this up. But it is worth talking about, because it's important. If you actually like Animal Farm, it's important to understand the theme. And I don't think they understand the theme at all and how serious this is. I think there's going to be more poop and fart jokes. Now, I got nothing against poop or fart jokes, but if it misses the point of what this show is saying, why do you even make it in the first place? So I guess we'll find out when it comes out what's their take on it. But what is your take on it? What is it about Animal Farm, or even those 2 other stories I mentioned, stood out the most? Like I said, what stood out to me the most is, again, being thrust into a life you never asked for, being turned into someone you're not. But I want to know what your thoughts are. And, of course, the movie's going to come out May 1st, so I want your thoughts on the movie, too. Did it actually nail it? Or did it bring something new to the table? Or it figured this is going to be a waste of time? Well, let's see. Well, we're talking about Animal Farm, so how about this? 1 like good, 1 like, 1 subscribe better. Okay, so I'm not that guy. But at any rate, I'd like to thank the 77 subscribers that subscribe to my video. That's 77 subscribers that say, yep, you're creative enough to keep me entertained. As always, up to date, sex a little less, and I guess I'll end with this note. I'll see you in the next video. Up to date, sex a little less.